Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to a video on my experience moving from Origin to the EA app. I'm also going to cover how to get the EA app, how to get Origin back if you want it back, who this is going to apply to, some tips on how to do some things like repair your game and turn off automatic updates with the new EA app, some things I'm still trying to figure out, and a few things I missed from Origin. So first off, my experience moving from Origin to the EA app was pretty seamless. I did back up my saves and my tray and my screenshots just in case there were any problems, but there was no issues. Mind you, my saves weren't even in there. I had to move them back afterwards, but there were no issues. They were there when I ended up putting them back and going into my game. So that part was pretty seamless. It did take a little while to download, it seemed, and it does indeed uninstall Origin when it's doing the installation process for the EA app. That said, you can get it back by going to the website. Now, if you're trying to figure out how to get the EA app in Origin, where it says Origin is being replaced, if you hit the Learn More button, it'll take you to the page. You scroll to the bottom and there's a download button there. That's what I use to get it. You can also go to the spot where they have the downloads for both the EA app and for Origin, and you can get it from there too. And I will share the link down below for that location in case you want to get it from there directly. Now, again, if you want to get Origin back, it's the same place as where, one of the places for getting the EA app. That is the Origin downloads, because Origin on the browser is still there. It's just that the Origin app is being replaced for Windows 64. So that's back to who does this apply to? Of course, this only applies if you are using Origin on a Windows 64-bit computer. If you play on Steam, this doesn't apply, and they'll be coming out with the guidance for that when they have it. They don't yet, because of course, when you play on Steam, it does currently have Origin running in the background, and it doesn't apply to Mac because this is only for Windows, and of course it obviously doesn't apply to console. When you first install the EA app, it's going to come up and ask you to log in, and the details you're going to use for that are the same details, login credentials you use to log into Origin, because they are the same. And I know a lot of people would call it the Origin ID, but they actually call it an EA ID now. But essentially, it's your ID that you use for Origin, and it's the same thing you're going to use with the EA app. So you're going to use your email address or mobile number, whichever way you do it, and your password, and it will get you into the EA app. When you get into the EA app, the first thing I noticed is it came up with this message about, oh, your EA Play membership has expired. So you do not need to have an EA Play membership to use the EA app, same as you didn't need it for Origin, but it would come up every now and again and ask you to join, but you don't need it if you don't want it. So I just said no thanks, or whatever the option was, and it has not come back up again for me since I have actually opened and closed my EA app a few times, and it has not come up. I've restarted my computer even, and it's still not come up. I wouldn't be surprised if it was going to come up every now and again, because of course they're going to want you to buy that, but you do not need it to play your game. So now that you have it, and you have gotten rid of that message, here are some ways to make some changes. So of course the default is to the home screen. I'm going to switch it to my collection. It did transfer the time for me, and including, it actually has the minutes, never mind the hours played, it has the minutes played. And it transferred my friends list, so everything is there. So if you want to make some changes to automatic downloads, select these three lines in the top left-hand corner, and you'll see that there's various options, including a feedback survey if you want to try and do that, but settings is the place that you want to go to. So in settings, you have your account details, and then application. This is, I believe, for the EA app itself, so you can set your language there, and then you can either have the application updates be automatic or not. I have mine turned off, and I have the notifications also off. I have this in-game overlay optional on, and then the autoplay for videos on Game Hubs are disabled. I have that off. Download is the place where you want to go if you want to disable your automatic updates. I don't remember if this was automatically disabled or if I changed it, but essentially right now it's off. If it's like that and blue, it's on. I have them off because I don't like them to happen automatically. And I also have the background downloads disabled at the moment. So, and then the my playtime and the family playtime is some way of, I think, tracking hours. I don't have it enabled. Anyways, that's kind of that. So back to my collection. If you go to these 3 dots on the game, that gives you the option to play. The manage add-ons just gives you a list of add-ons. It didn't really seem very much. View properties will show you where the game is. It also shows your product key. So it stayed in the same location that it was before. And it also is where you can repair and uninstall the game. And the same is true here for The Sims 3. Now, a couple things I am trying to figure out, which I'm going back into these settings here. And where it has the downloads, the install location is actually different from where my actual game is. And I'm trying to figure out whether I should try and edit that and change it so that it's in the same location where my other games are, or whether it's okay to be in 2 different locations, because I don't like the idea of it being in 2 different locations. I'd rather it be all in the one same location, but I have not found out an answer to that. So if you know the answer to that, I'd love to know in a comment down below. And the other thing that I am not sure about, when you log in, it goes into your homepage, and I know with Origin, so this is something I kind of miss from Origin, you could set what your default page was when you opened up Origin, and I always had it on my game library, i.e. my collection that they call it here, and I preferred that to logging into them trying to sell me something on the home screen. I don't like that. So I'm hoping that, well, if you know of a way to get it to change, let me know in a comment down below, and if it's not possible now, I'm hoping that they will add that. So that's something I miss from Origin, the fact that I used to be able to set my basic page when it opened up. I also don't like, or I miss from Origin, also don't really like here, is if you go into the game, not the game, but if you click this and you look at the add-ons, everything is all together. Whereas with Origin, they had it split between expansion, game, stuff pack, and the kits. And I preferred that because I don't have all the kits, but every now and again I might want to get a new kit. So I liked being able to just go to the kit page and pick the thing that I wanted to get. And I don't actually like that I can't seem to hide my friends, because you could drop it down with Origin, and this just seems to be always there. So I'm hoping that there's a way to get rid of it. Maybe there already is, and if you know that, let me know that in a comment down below. So those are really kind of the 3 main things I miss from Origin. I like being able to drop down the friends list. I like the fact that they split the add-ons by the type. And I like that I could set my homepage to be, you know, my game library, i.e. my collection that it is here, versus what they want it to be. I have not actually played. I've gone into my game, but I haven't played. I have heard that the game runs smoother with this app, but I haven't tested that out myself, so I can't comment. So I'd be curious to know if your experience is that the game is running smoother with this new app versus with Origin, if you have already made the switch over. And one other thing that someone did ask me about is, and that you can't do with the EA app that you can do with Origin, is with the EA app, you can't gift packs to anyone with the app itself. However, you can do it with the Origin browser. So you still, if you're trying to gift someone something, if you go to the Origin browser, that option is there, and hopefully they will add it to the EA app shortly. But if you are using the EA app and you want to give a pack away to someone, that's the place to find it. So let me know what your experience has been with the new one, or if you're holding off until, you know, it's mandatory, till you get that invite that they talked about, in a comment down below. But that's going to be it for this video. Likes and comments are always appreciated, and they really help with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!